What's up guys, it's Tommy here, and what a sensational victory by Liverpool, especially the second half performance was scintillating, and Arne Slot is an elite manager, a world-class tactician. He won 11 of his first 13 games. Many rival fans thought Liverpool would collapse, like Man United collapsed after Ferguson left, like Arsenal collapsed after Wenger left. Not Liverpool, because Liverpool again recruited brilliantly, this time a manager in Arne Slot who just continues where Jurgen Klopp left off, and Liverpool are into the quarterfinals of the League Cup. I don't know the other results, I don't know who Liverpool draw in the quarterfinals, but I just hope that we get the tie at Anfield, and Brighton are a rock solid team. So for Liverpool to blow them away, and this was probably a 3-1 victory that should have been, but Liverpool gifted a couple of goals to Brighton late on, which made the game a little bit more nervous for my liking in the end, and a little bit closer than it should have been. But Brighton could have scored in the first 15 minutes. They had a huge chance. Lamptey was one-on-one, and Vítězslav Jarosz, who won the Austrian Bundesliga title last season on loan, for the second half of the season, again showed why you need 3 very good goalkeepers. The Liverpool fans are even joking that Liverpool now have the 3 or 4 best goalkeepers in the world: Alisson, Kelleher, Jarosz and Mamardashvili. What a set of goalkeepers that Liverpool have. And the second half save from Jarosz, I think from Adingra, was absolutely sensational. The way that he tips it onto the post. And even Liverpool should have scored in the first half. Szoboszlai had some big chances, which was very unlucky that he hits the goalkeeper twice from close range, and Luis Diaz heads the rebound wide in the first half. But Liverpool played pretty well in the first half, but the second half was absolutely sensational. Liverpool scored just 38 seconds after kickoff. Gakpo cuts inside onto his favourite right foot, and he has an absolute rocket, an absolute thunderbolt of a right foot. It was like a cannon arrowing into the far corner. It was hit with so much pace, so much power, that the goalkeeper had absolutely no chance. It almost burst the net, and I loved Gakpo's ice cold celebration, the way that he just stood up to the Liverpool fans, admiring them, celebrating and going crazy. That celebration said, "I'm him," by Gakpo, and Gakpo absolutely loves the League Cup. That is his 8th goal in 8 games. He is the king of the Carabao Cup, and Liverpool are unbeaten in the League Cup since 2022. The last time we lost to Man City. But Liverpool have a brilliant record in this competition. We won it in 2022, we won it in 2024, and hopefully we can win it again in 2025. But I want Arne Slot to keep rotating, and this is a great chance to give the fringe players playing time. And I hope that Robertson is now our second choice left back, because Robertson again had a pretty terrible game. Out of all the Liverpool players, probably Robertson was the worst. Kwanzaa also had a really bad last 15 minutes, but Kwanzaa has an excuse. He's still a young rookie of a defender, with having only 1 full season of elite football at Liverpool. And this season, Arne Slot hasn't been playing Kwanzaa that much, and maybe his confidence was a little bit short. But still, it doesn't excuse Kwanzaa's mistakes, but he will learn from it, he will get better. Robertson, I don't think he will get much better, and physically he looks like he's aging, and he's getting limited, because he doesn't have that energy anymore, he doesn't have that pace anymore. And I think Tsimikas should be our first choice left back. But honestly, if I was Liverpool, I would sign a new left back in January. I would go for Riyad Ait-Nouri from Wolves. Liverpool have a good relationship with Wolves, and Liverpool had some big chances. I mean, there was again a 3-on-1 situation where 3 of our players went through on goal on 1 defender, and Gakpo, for some weird reason, lobs the ball up into the air instead of playing the pass on the ground. So Szoboszlai has to take it down, he has to take a touch instead of shooting first time, and by the time he takes a touch the goalkeeper is out, so Szoboszlai has like 1 yard between him and the goalkeeper, so he has to shoot quickly and the goalkeeper saves it. But then Cody Gakpo made up for it after some horrible defending by Brighton themselves as well. Cody Gakpo nicks the ball off Lamptey and then he scores another absolutely brilliant goal. A fantastic display by Cody Gakpo, who was my man of the match, and Luis Diaz scored the third goal, but not before that Kwanzaa horrendous mistake. Kwanzaa has so many options to play the ball forward, and instead he tries to play it backwards to Gomez, but he mishits his pass, he completely misses Gomez. Instead he releases a Brighton attacker who is in on goal straight away after Kwanzaa's awful mistake. That reminded me of Kwanzaa's mistake against Manchester United, where Bruno Fernandes scored from almost the halfway line. This was a little bit similar to that, an absolute needless back pass instead of playing the ball forward. And Raya Jarosz made a good save, but the rebound was scored by Adingra. Then Luis Diaz scored an absolutely brilliant goal. Again, a horrible clearance by Brighton after the first shot is saved by Steer, the Brighton goalkeeper. The clearance goes up in the air. Luis Diaz takes it down, and with two Brighton defenders on him, he somehow squeezes it between a Brighton defender's legs and in off the near post bottom corner. Absolutely clinical, ruthless finishing by Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz has been much better in front of goal this season, and finally he's finishing his chances. Now he has, I think, 6 goals in all competitions, Luis Diaz, and he had a really good, really lively game. Szoboszlai started up front, Luis Diaz on the right, Cody Gakpo on the left, and I think it worked pretty well in the second half. Salah and Nunez came on, and Trenioni. This kid doesn't play like he's 17 years old. He's playing like a 25, 26-year-old mature midfielder. Trenioni always makes the right kind of pass, always makes the right decision. And yes, he's physically still needs to put on some muscle. Obviously, he's 17 years old, and also he needs to work a little bit on his shooting, on his finishing. But Trenioni is an absolute gem, and I really, really am happy that Arne Slot is giving him playing time. He impressed us a lot in pre-season. He scored a brilliant goal against Sevilla in pre-season, and he almost scored today against Brighton. But then another big mistake by Liverpool, this time by Andy Robertson, who a simple cross from Brighton. There is nobody around Andy Robertson. He could even take the ball down and start an attack. Instead, what he does is he heads it straight back to the Brighton attacker. Instead of heading it out for a throw-in or something, he heads it square straight out in front of the goal. And the Brighton attacker takes a touch, shoots, and it's a really bad shot by Tariq Lamptey, because it is not with great power. It isn't even going in the corner. And Kwanzaa, for some weird reason, absolutely throws himself at the ball, and the ball deflects off his heel and goes to the other side of the goal, where Jarosz just couldn't react because he was already diving one side and the ball went to the other side. So Kwanzaa again made a small mistake, but the bigger mistake was Robertson just clearing it straight back to the Brighton attacker. I don't understand how a very seasoned, experienced professional like Robertson can head the ball back out there. Was he already really tired, really knackered? And I hope that means that Brighton played the full game, that Tsimikas will start the Premier League game against Brighton, because frankly right now Tsimikas looks a better option at left back than Robertson, in my opinion at least. Let me know what do you think about it. And the most important thing is Liverpool saw out the game, because Liverpool were cruising at 2-0 up. Brighton scored in the last 9 minutes 2 goals, both from individual Liverpool errors where Liverpool gifted Brighton the ball. But overall the most important thing is Liverpool won the game. Maybe Brighton could have deserved a draw, because Brighton had more shots than Liverpool, more expected goals, but I just felt that when Liverpool went 2-0 up, we were in cruise control of the game, and we really bossed the game in the second half. Brighton had some spells at the end where they threatened Liverpool, and this is a very, very good, very strong Brighton team. So I'm really delighted that Liverpool managed to win this game. But the second half, Brighton had 15 shots, which is a little bit worrying, but that is also because Liverpool had like a lot of young players, a lot of fringe players on the pitch. Endo and Tyler Morton played. Morton also had a good game. Tyler Morton got an assist before the first Gakpo goal. He was the player who stole the ball off Brighton and then he chips it to the left wing channel where Gakpo takes it down and unleashed an absolute rocket. If you can, make sure to watch that rocket. And I like how Arne Slot is rotating the team, because only Luis Diaz and Szoboszlai started, who regularly play, and Szoboszlai was substituted for Darwin Núñez. Some Liverpool fans don't agree with Arne Slot substituting Jarrell Kwanzaa, but this is what I actually love about Arne Slot. He's absolutely ruthless. When a player has a bad game, Arne Slot is not afraid to substitute him, and he's not afraid to substitute big names either. Trent Alexander-Arnold was substituted a couple of times where he wasn't happy about it. But as a manager, you have to make hard and tough decisions. And Konate came on, and there was a weird yellow card for Konate where Welbeck is actually the one holding and pulling Konate's shirt, and instead it's Konate who gets penalized. And when he asks the referee why is that a foul, he even gets a yellow card. So yeah, that was a little bit weird and funny. The referee made some funny decisions, but thankfully it didn't affect the scoreline. The most important thing is Liverpool are in the next round, and let me know who do you want to get in the next round. I just hope Man City get knocked out, because I don't like them and I don't want to play them. But hopefully Liverpool will get a home tie in the quarterfinals of the League Cup. Bring it on. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.